Dream, 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 dream.
Hey.
They said bleep in this movie? Yeah. What's up, y'all?
Hey, y'all. So that wasn't the original intro, but if you caught on to the theme song that we played today, it's talking about some dreaming. So today we're gonna be talking about dreaming. But welcome back to Generation B podcast. This is episode 4. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to all the previous 3 episodes. We're really, really great.
And if you didn't do it,
right?
Poor.
Because what are you doing if you're
Exactly.
not watching Generation B?
Exactly.
What are you doing, baby?
Exactly. What she said.
But
what she said. Everything.
I just want to take a moment to really say we greatly appreciate anybody that has watched our podcast, even if it's like just a couple minutes of it. If you make it through the full, hour, we love you. Honestly, we love you because we just be chatting it up. We want to. Y'all, I'm out of breath.
She just ran up the stairs.
I'm out of the breath, y'all. Okay, but. Yeah, me and Tay, we greatly appreciate every single body that, subscribe, that, follows the Instagram page, that watches the YouTube videos, honestly. Because, we do this out of entertainment. We know that it's going to take a minute for us to grow. But we gonna keep up the...
Keep growing and grinding. We going to keep grinding.
Right.
Hustling and grinding.
Big shout out to my best friend, Devin. He be on and reposting every single post, every single Tuesday. I really love you, big dog. And that's the only time I'm going to call you that. Because, I don't like that name. But I love you, Anyways, so, we're going to get into it. That was a long intro, my bad. I'll say thank you, to be honest.
I sound like a goofball. So I say,
So, I'm your host, Imani Symone.
And I'm your host, Tashonna Rayelle.
Alright, and we about to get into it. Like I said, today's topic is we're going to be talking about dreams. So, what me and Tay did was we kind of like memorized... I know Tay memorized, but I documented my dreams because I be forgetting some things. So we kept track of all our dreams.
And we're going to be, I want to look up like what certain aspects of dreams mean, because I did that when I like woke up and stuff. Like I had a dream like a week ago that I told my aunt about, and I had searched up the things that was inside the dreams. So I'm going to be doing that today as well. So if you want to tell a dream, and I'll tell you what it means off of Google and dream websites, and we can research it too.
Okay. Well, I'm really nervous to talk about my dreams because they're very like, they're not out there, but it's like like, you for real? So yeah, we're going to be talking about dreams. And feel free to, leave a comment about like a dream that just like really spoke to you, stuck to you, because I really truly believe that dreams, there's something
mean
about
something.
They definitely mean something for real.
And sometimes you really don't know what they mean, and then you think back on the dream, and then you're like, oh wow, like this is what this meant, and this and that.
Speaking of that, I want to talk about a dream. Since we're just gonna hop into it. So this is a dream. This is not from this week, but this is a dream that I had a dream about it. I got scared. And then, maybe a month or so later, something actually happened that the dream was about. So, at the time... Right.
Let me sit back. Where my popcorn at?
It's really scary. It's not scary, but I thought it was scary to me because I was like, oh my God. I didn't think about it until after the situation happened. Okay. So, basically, me and my ex, we weren't even together at the time, but, we was, doing... We was exes, but, we was more than exes, I guess you could say that, whatever. So, I had a dream one night that he got in a car accident, and that he died in a car accident, or whatever. And, baby, when I tell you it was a traumatic dream, I was like, nah, stink. So, he got in a car accident, and he died. A month later, I'm just joking around with him, and I was like, I'm not going to get into detail what I was talking about because whatever, but I was like, I said something about his car, and then he was like, nah, I don't have a car, it got totaled. And I'm like, what do you mean it got totaled? Because, when your car gets totaled, you get in a car accident. So I'm like, he's like, it got totaled. So I mean, I was like, so you got in a car accident? And next thing you know it, a month later, after I had that dream of him getting in a car accident, he literally got in a freaking car accident. He didn't die, but he got in a car accident. And I just kind of thought that was crazy because, I don't know. I feel like that was the universe telling me something about something. So after that dream, I kind of feel like I was psychic, whatnot. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, okay, I'm predicting that Stink got a car accident. So what else can I predict in my sleep? So
I'm gonna look up car accident dreams right now. I was gonna say car attack. I'm so dumb. And is that the only thing? Car.
I don't know if you're talking to me or what.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, that he just got in a car accident. But I had a dream that he got in a car accident and he died from it, but he didn't. Obviously, he's still alive. Anyways, he's still alive, breathing, doing. Oh no. Y'all, my dog barking in the back. She don't got no home training. But as we talk about that, as Tay looks at that,
I got it. It represents anxiety in a situation. So, and I like searching things up because I always end up finding like not what I need, but it's just like it calms my heart, especially about like serious things like dreams and something happened like so crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you have car like crashes, it's always gonna be the worst case scenario, like someone dying. So, and it represents anxiety. Ooh. And I know you deal with that, don't you?
Yep.
It's giving like, hold on, let me read more. And it's like a sign of conflict with others. So y'all could have been going through a bad time, or a bad time was like coming, like not at the moment, or a bad time was coming in the future to where it was giving you a sign, like, and you may not know what the sign was, but it was giving you a sign in the future, like, okay, this is your heads up.
Look where we at now. Look where we at now.
So, but when you have like dreams about car accidents and car crashes, it's gonna always be the worst case scenario, like someone dying.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, cool, wow. Right?
Oh my god,
not cool, but cool, right?
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I think at the time I actually was having some really bad anxiety, so I think, wow.
It put things in perspective.
That's crazy. I think, because after that happened, I'm 100, maybe 98% sure that maybe like 4 weeks after that, we like stopped talking. Like,
wow.
Yeah. That's crazy. Okay. All right. Tay, so you gonna talk about a dream, and then I'm gonna look up what this dream means.
Oh, I already know what this dream means.
Oh, baby. Oh, okay. Excuse me. Okay.
Right. So I was like, and I remember my dream so vividly because I like dream all the time. So like I remember like not exact details, like exactly what I was wearing, but I may remember like, oh, like I was wearing comfy clothes. I wouldn't remember like the color of the clothes, but I just know stuff like that. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right? I was in my dorm room, and I was in college, right? In there with my roommate. Cool. My roommate, I'm not in there with my roommate. My roommate come back in the room, and she like, they couldn't get a hold to you. And I'm like, who is they? They're like, your family. Like, they called me, da-da-da-da. Remember, I got their number when, like, we went like when we first met or whatever, just in case of emergencies. And they called me, da da da, right? They're like, your little sister and your cousin died. What? Like, come on now, girl. Like, stop playing with me. Like, stop playing with me.
You for real?
Like,
no, you for fake.
Right. Look on my phone. Mind you, my phone was in the dorm room. Like, I had left the dorm room. My phone was in the dorm room. And I'm over here searching for my phone. And I get this. Hold on. Let me turn this on. I'm sorry. I'm searching for my... this notification keep going off. I'm searching for my phone. And I finally found my phone. And it's like a million phone calls from my grandma, from other family, everything, right?
Oh, this is like... You're talking about this is like for real, or this isn't it? Wait, I'm sorry.
This is a dream.
Okay. Oh, okay. My bad. Because you're talking about you searching for your phone, looking for the notification. So
oh, no, I'm saying the notification on the computer.
Oh, girl, I was
computer, and I didn't want it to sound in the microphone.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
No, my phone, like, I was looking for my phone, and I'm over here just searching for it. I see a whole bunch of notifications. And me, I'm not a person to where, like, I'm a believe it to see it type of person. So, like, especially when it comes to people dying, like, I don't believe you until I see it. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I never, like, saw it. So I didn't believe the girl, and I didn't believe these people that were, like, my family members or whatever. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like, I brushed it off, but I'm like, okay. Like, they just told me my sister and my little cousin was dead. Like, what?
Not you brushing it off.
I brushed it off because, like, I'm a believe, like, when it comes to people dying, like, I'm a believer to see it type of person. So if I don't see the grave site with their name on it, or I don't see them in that casket.
So you one of them type of people, like, somebody say your grandma died, like your grandma died, and you just gonna be in denial about it until you go to the funeral.
Exactly. Instead, I see her body in that casket, baby,
and then
she's not dead. Like, what you talking about?
And that's when you gonna lose it. Oh,
exactly.
And
then I be crying because you know how people cry before they get to the funeral. No, I'm gonna cry and bawl my eyes out at the funeral.
So yeah, you one of the people that's gonna be like, leading up to the funeral, people be like, why are you not so emotional? Like, why?
Cause she not dead.
Alright, you gonna be like, she not. What do you mean? Okay, alright.
I'm one of the people to hands down, right? And I figured that out. If we want to get into it, I figured that out when my cousin died. It was like, I think 2016, right? And I was over my stepmom's house, and she was like, oh, blah 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 died. And I'm like, no, he not. I started crying. She was like, ain't nothing to cry for. And I'm like, he dead. Like, but I was like, no, he not. Like, after, because that was my first, like, real major death. To where it was, like, somebody that I, like, knew and was close to, that I really knew. Right? So I was like, yeah, no, he not. After that, I was like, no, he not. I was like, no, he not. And then I didn't go to the funeral, though. So he might not even be dead. For all I know. No, I did go to the funeral. Actually, I did go to the funeral. I didn't go to my other cousin's funeral. I did go to the funeral.
What do you mean he might not be dead?
And then I was bawling. And then everybody, because it was like all of the younger people, like we were all sitting in one section because we were just sitting in one section. And we're all sitting over there and we all bawling and crying. And I am still crying. Everybody over here laughing like, oh, you look ugly when you cry, because that's just how my family is.
I wish somebody would tell me I look ugly crying.
Right, and my aunt, like the one I was just on the phone with, she tapped my shoulder or something, and I had turned around. I just remember this. I had turned around, and I was like, and I'm still crying. I think that was the first funeral I ever went to, too.
I've only been to 2 funerals.
Me, too.
Yeah. I'm not a funeral person.
No, I've been to 3. Because last year, I've been to 3.
I'm not a funeral person.
I'm so ugly. When I cry. I feel like I'm a cute crier, though.
I be trying to, like, record myself crying. Not to post it, but I record myself crying to, like, see how I look when I cry. And so I can look back and be like, damn, bitch, you delusional. You're very delusional. Yeah, you're very delusional.
Okay,
yeah.
So the sister thing means it was like a disconnect between you and my grandma is a very spiritual person. So I had told her about the dream, And she was like, you probably just need to call her or whatever. I'm like, oh.
But are you guys
dreams, like, they give you the worst case scenario. So, like, I could have a disconnect with my sister. Like, I couldn't have been calling my sister for a while. And it, like, oh, your sister dead in your dream. So, it's always, like, the worst case scenario with it. So.
But would you say that you and your sister didn't have, like, were disconnected?
I feel like we were, because I was, like, really, like, down and depressed when I had this dream. So, I wasn't talking and calling nobody. So, and I feel like it was probably because she felt a type of way that the dream came to me.
Right.
So.
Wow.
And the thing was, I didn't want to give her off. You know, I just brushed it off because I didn't want to give her what I was feeling. So, because, you know, like little kids, they can feel that. Like, my sister.
Oh, she's little.
Yeah, she's like 12. Well, at the time, I think she was like 11, 12. Like, you know, like, little kids can feel that. Like, they can feel, like, pain and stuff. Like they can, like, have that stuff given off to them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, she's 13 now. But at the time, she was younger. So, like, you know, they can sense stuff like that. So, I still didn't call her or whatever. I just waited till I was, like, better with myself to call her and do whatever. And I felt like she understood in a way. Even though I didn't tell her why I wasn't calling her or anything. She felt it, I guess.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I think.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. I think both our dreams that we just, like, kind of, like, talked about kind of showed, like, well, one, yeah, I guess it shows, like, really how good the universe is. Ooh, I'm bumping into stuff. How good the universe is into, like, you know, telling us stuff we don't know yet, but they know in advance for us. I don't know if that makes sense.
I get what you're saying.
Like, they know before it even happens.
It's like they know how your brain works enough to be like, okay, I'm gonna give you this, so you won't react like this. Yeah.
An eye opener.
So when you do find out, you won't react like this.
Right. Okay. So, I had 2 dreams about this week. And I looked up the meaning of it already. And I'm actually...
Oh, and you gotta, like, not just the meaning. You gotta look up different parts. Various parts.
Gotcha.
So, like, because it'll give you every type of meaning. Like, let's say if you had a dream about babies. Like, babies, babies, then the person you're with, if it's a future husband or an ex, if, like, you gotta look up all these different type of things. If somebody died, in a dream, you gotta look that up too. If you gotta look up it with, like, I had a dream about my aunt, like, and she had a baby, and I'm gonna get to that dream. You gotta look up what the aunt represents in the dream. Like, you gotta look up all these different type of parts, so you'll get this whole, like, thing where it comes together, like, okay, like, this is what this actually means, instead of just this one little simple part. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this dream, it reoccurred twice this week. I think it happened one day, and then the next day it was about the dream I'm gonna get to next time. My next dream, and then it reoccurred again the day after. So basically, I had a dream that I was with a child. Yeah.
Not with a child. With child?
Yeah, with a child.
No, with a child is like the baby already born.
No, you're with a child.
With child is like you got it in your stomach.
Okay. What did I say that? With the child. And basically, I was pregnant, and then I gave birth. So, I looked up what that meant, and baby, when I tell you, I I felt.
You ever be like so scared by a dream, but it's like, why was I scared by that dream?
Why? I mean, I'm scared about this dream. I mean, I have nothing to be scared about because
it's like natural, but it's like, what? You get what I'm saying?
So it says a dream that you're giving birth means you're about to start something. Basically, a dream about any phase of pregnancy means a new side of you or new part of your life is on the way, and it's up to you in your walking life to figure out what the newest could be. And then I went more into like the question, like you said, to do, and it says a new era of your personality or idea is developing or hatching, and the seed of something new are growing in your walking life. She also adds that if you actually give birth or go into labor in the dream, it could mean your hard work will soon be rewarded. And then I'm going to read one more. It says, if you're not pregnant, dreams about a baby may be a metaphor of a new, fresh start in life, personal growth, or new development. So I think that really correlates to what I really want right now and what I'm kind of like in the process of doing. Anyways, I feel like a lot of stuff has to do with my ex, but I think it's more so because he's been basically a main person in my life for 2 years, which means I've developed my whole entire life into this person, gave this person my whole entire energy, my whole, access to my whole life. Probably the most important person to me these past 2 years. So with that being said, I think I left my final chapter with him a month ago, and in this last month I've really been trying to work on my independency, regain what I had before him, because 2 years of like putting yourself into somebody for 2 years is a lot, y'all. Like it's crazy. It's kind of hard to maneuver your life without this person, but then again, it's like you have to adjust to it because that's what life is. That's what reality is. You had a life before him. You had a life before them. Why can't you have a life, after them? So, with that being said, I'm jumping back into like the dating game. I'm going on a little date this Saturday, so y'all wish me luck. Kind of nervous, but I told myself yesterday, like, even if this date doesn't get me anywhere, I know that like this is a new start to like my new reborn independent life. This single life. This life without this man. So if I can conquer this one date, then I could conquer anything. Because I'm thinking about this date as like, I'm like a
stepping stone.
Yeah, or like I'm a young adult, just dating, on Tinder, just going on dates or whatever. Okay, first of all,
if you can see us, y'all, if y'all can see us, y'all.
I'm not on Tinder. I ain't gonna tell you how I met the dude, but he cute. He's 6'5", 4.0 GPA, play basketball.
Ain't nobody at our school.
Ain't nobody at our school, baby. Oh, baby, no, we don't do that.
I heard the 6'5", and I was like,
Yeah,
basketball,
No, I would say he's the cousin of somebody at our school, though.
If he's who you talk about, like what you said previously, I'm allowed.
Yeah. But baby, he is different. You know what? I'm not gonna say he different because we've talked before, we've texted, we've snapped each other, we do still snap each other. So I got a little feel what he do, but like, y'all, I'm numb. I might have showed Tay. Did I show you a picture of Tay?
You just described him and was like, this is the cousin of blah blah blah.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta see. I think he, whatever. But anyways, y'all, what I'm trying to say is like, I feel like I'm in the process of, regaining my independency, regaining this new chapter in my life, and leaving the old chapter behind. The old chapter that would have me crying and throwing up, sliding down a wall type of chapter. So, that's the same phase, baby. But, like, for real, that's like what, I don't want to call the relationship toxic because it was not toxic. It was more good than bad in that relationship. But, I was sliding on the wall crying, full with emotions.
Why my lips look so small? I'm sorry.
Huh?
Keep going.
Oh, but yeah, I'm really excited. Just like, start this new me. I kind of wish that I could have started that in the beginning of the beginning of the year, but that's okay.
Girl.
I'm 2 months late. It's okay. It's okay.
It's very much okay.
It is very much okay. I still have a whole full year coming up. I mean, so we'll see where life takes us. But if y'all see me backtrack, I don't want to hear nothing.
Alright.
Okay. Y'all.
So, since we're talking about relationships and dreams, right? I'm going to get into this. You can look this up too. Like,
who said I was talking about a relationship in a dream? Girl,
you just did.
I said
and then
something.
Then you got into the relationship in a dream. That's why I was like, might as well.
Well, yeah, because
might as well.
You know what? Okay, go ahead.
Because you just started talking about the date and then how the baby got the. You feel me? So it's might as well, right? So so my lab partner.
I'm listening. I'm just trying to find Stink on Snapchat. I mean TikTok. Yeah,
right. So, I recently this was a couple days ago, and I'm gonna get into the other dreams too. But this was a couple days ago, right? So we was in next year. Like this was next year, and we was we getting into what we getting into, right? And it was everybody. They took us on a senior trip to New York, right? And we stayed from Thursday to Wednesday. Right, cool little, right, and me and blah blah blah, you know who I'm talking about. That goes to the school. Yeah.
Okay.
Me and him, like, we haven't dated, right? Right.
Oh.
We go to like we go like this is like we're like okay, we're so excited because this is our first trip. Ain't he younger?
He and his girl, baby. He about a week older than me.
Not a week.
A week
older crazy day though.
Oh no, baby.
He a Capricorn. That sucks. That's nasty.
Yeah, I told him about that. I was like,
That's nasty.
Right,
it's throwing me off a little bit, but it's okay. But yeah, we ended up doing our little thing. Right, we ended up going on the trip. It was me, you, everybody, like everybody that go to the school, everybody.
Okay.
That was like 12th graders. That like, but everybody that's in this grade right now, like all the black people was on one bus. I don't know why. But yeah, we were sitting like towards the back of the bus, like the 4th row from the back, and you were sitting like me and him. We were sitting in the same seat, and then his sister and somebody else was sitting like diagonal backwards from us. So they were sitting in.
You done said his sister.
Huh?
You done said his sister. We not.
Oh.
Anyways.
I don't care. But
we ball.
Right. And you and Tony was sitting like in the same row as me, but y'all was sitting on the opposite side. Right. And we get on the bus and we're like at the school at like 1:00 in the morning because we gotta make it there on time, right? So right. we everybody get there. We all standing around with our stuff and our suitcases and right. And he's like being a total gentleman, like gentleman. How you say that word? Gentleman, whatever. He being like he holding my bags, he holding my stuff, like he just being nice, right? And like we get into it. We get on the bus finally. Like we finally get on the bus. Everybody is sitting down. Everybody doing what they're doing. And you know how I am. Like if I'm up, like I'm up. Like if I'm up, I'm up. So like,
oh baby, I know.
so,
Oh baby, I know.
so it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and he's sleepy. Like we get on the bus, right? He like, nah, I want to sit on the outside. Still being a gentleman. Still being a gentleman. Cause you know how like they be like, if your dude don't look towards the door or something, like he not trying to protect you or something like that, right? Sit closer to the door or something. You know that rule, like you know what I'm talking about, right? Ow! I just hit my finger, right? We getting into it, right? We get on the bus, and I'm like sitting in the inside, right? And he's like literally trying to stay up for me, like so bad, like until like. At least try to stay up till like 4 o'clock in the morning. Because you know I'm not going to go to sleep. Right? He's trying to stay up for me so bad.
Okay,
until like 4 o'clock in the morning. And then he just had to crash because he couldn't do it anymore. Right? We finally get there. And we just living life. You feel me? We in a hotel. Y'all go swimming. Everybody go swimming. But me and him, right? And we in a hotel, and we get into an argument. And it wasn't an argument, but it was like, you just like, I was like, I just got mad because I was like, if you wanted to go swimming, you should just say you wanted to go swimming, and
right.
like, not lied or whatever. Why is this? This sounds so dumb right now, but when I was dreaming about it, it didn't. Right? We get into it. Like, I'm just so mad, right? So I go back to my room, because I was in his room. I go back to my room, and I'm just mad, because we had to share rooms with, like, we had to be in a room with a girl. Because that's how it went. We had to be in a room with a girl, and the boys had to be in a room with a guy. So you always have your partner, but we could sit on the bus together. Right? We get into it, right? And I'm like, I didn't curse him out or anything, but I just left the room, right? And y'all come back from the pool, and y'all like, why you just laying there up, right? I'm like, go in there and knock on the door. Go in there and knock on the door, and see what he doing. Cause if he went, I'm like, did he go down to the pool? I'm like, y'all like, no. I'm like, go in there and knock on the door and see what he doing, right? He knock on the door, and his roommate, and y'all come back and tell me like his roommate opened the door and was like, da 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 da. He didn't go down to the pool, and he's just laying there, and he looked mad, right? And I'm like, yeah, like, you supposed to be mad, because why did you lie? And then we got on the bus, and then we apologized, and then we ate, and then...
Not apologize.
Yeah.
Not apologize.
But he was, like, super sweet, like... But, you know, like, he's like that in real life.
But why were you in your room, Steve? Why wasn't you in your room? Why did the roommate enter? What? Yeah, what? Why did the roommate enter?
Answer the door? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because he was still laying on the bed.
Think about one in his room.
Huh?
Think one in his room.
He was in his room. He was laying on the bed, mad. Yeah. But it's cool. You know, nice little dream. But I don't know exactly what that means because I ain't looked that dream up. Ooh. I ain't looked that dream up, and I really don't want to know. For real.
Okay, so how about you look that up while I start my dream?
Yeah.
We can take a break. Okay. So, after that dream I just had, that I just told, the next day I had a dream that me and my ex got, I'm not even gonna say we got back together, like we were together in the dream, which, I mean, in my head, like if we're together in the dream, that means we got back together because he's an ex for a reason.
We say some rocket song? I don't know, but it's X for a reason or something like that.
Yeah, it's X for a reason. Yeah. That ain't my some.
But anyway, intermission. Go ahead.
But yeah. So basically, we're back together, and you know, we chilling. It's kind of like normal. It kind of felt like how it used to be, but it was like, it was different. I kind of felt like I was more like rebellious, and I was, you know, above the age. So, I think then we was like living together. Yes, we was living together, and Yeah. So I can't really get into like much detail because I don't really remember it. All I remember is that me and my ex got back together, and that's that. So I'm gonna look up what that means. I feel like we should have looked up what this meant like beforehand, but it's okay because
I don't care.
Right, I don't care.
Right. So my dream meant like, you are burdened by internal conflict right now that you're trying to resolve. Which I don't know what I mean, but perhaps you're unsettled in your waking life and you can't make a decision over something, or maybe you are torn between what is expected of you and what you really want.
Sorry, I had to mute myself because my mama opened my door and my door makes noises. So, my door makes noises, y'all. Anyways. Okay. So, how do you feel about that?
And then it also means your unconscious mind is like exploring, like if you dream about your crush, it's like your unconscious mind is exploring about your new possibilities. I don't know how to feel about it. But I looked up dreams. What does it mean when you dream about your crush getting you and your crushes getting into an argument?
Ooh.
Alright, you want me to tell my next dream?
Oh no, I was gonna tell what my dream just meant.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it says it may simply mean that you're still processing parts of the relationship that you've yet to find true closure on. Dreams of getting back together with your ex-lover doesn't necessarily mean that you are still carrying a torch for that person or that you will ever be back in a relationship with them. And then it says, spiritual meaning about dreaming about your ex. Basically, according to Psychic's universe, that is a chance that there's a chance that an ex in your dream represents a part of you. Maybe it means that you give up too much of yourself and what you love in your past relationship, and it's time to get back. Or maybe it means that you're neglecting yourself in some ways. So I guess both two of those things kind of just basically say that, like, you're still holding on to something, you still don't have closure about something, and I definitely, have been, like...
But it don't even have to be, like closure, like, oh, I'm trying to get closure with my ex. It could be, like, closure within yourself, like, okay, like, this is how I feel, like, I need to get, like, what I feel about this out of the way.
I see what you're saying. I do definitely think that the most recent things that I've been, like, dealing with inner have been, like, specifically about, like, wondering, like, what I did wrong. Like, fuck. Everything is about him. Fuck, oh my god. Like, just freaking...
Right, my subject is different. No, I'm playing.
No, but it is. Like, y'all, when I tell you, I've been kind of low-key been going through it. Just a little bit. I kind of just feel like, I don't know. Like, it's not even like, okay, oh, I miss him. It's kind of just like, dang, it's just like, how can, like, a person do you so wrong? Kind of just like...
Bro, we need another mental health,
oh, God.
Because
I've been out of therapy for, like, 2 months now, y'all. And it's just struggling.
I feel like, even, like, I was in therapy, but I didn't even talk about stuff like this, which I probably should have.
Right.
But it was, like, I was just too, like, white lady, get out my face.
Right, I was kind of like, the only thing that I really talked about was, like, my father, and, like, how that's kind of really affected me, which, I mean, it's really affected me, but I never really, like, talked about how much my past relationship has also affected me. And I think I didn't because there was so much stuff I just didn't want to talk about. And I felt like as a therapist is going to try and give you their best advice. And like, what if that's just not the advice that I want right now? I want you to tell me that me and my ex is going to get back together. I want you to say that everything's going to be okay. And if I open up to you about, some stuff, you like, leave the situation.
Like, that's not good for you. That's not what I want to hear. Like, tell me what I want to hear. But that's the whole point of going to therapy. They literally are there to tell you what you don't want to hear.
Yeah, and I guess that's the most sucky-ish part. But I really kind of just been like thinking in my head more recently. This past week, it's just like, how can you give somebody so much and they just like do you dirty, And it's like, did you even like think about my feelings? Did you even think about like how I would have felt, or like took me into consideration before you did what you did? It's just like, yeah, I just kind of like,
bitch, don't cry, cause bitch,
I'm not gonna cry.
I'm gonna cry. Cause your eyes getting a little teary-eyed.
Baby, I'm not gonna cry. I just
look. If you cry, I'm gonna cry.
It's just like, dang. I'm not gonna cry. But it's just like, dang. It's just like.
And I don't know what it is. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I don't know what it is. But lately, I've been like getting teary-eyed about the most little simplest things. Like, I don't know what this means, but it needs to stop because I'm not a person that like cry or whatever. But I cried about a little girl singing on stage with Jessie J. Like, that's weird. I was watching a movie and I cried. The movie, like, they were saying I do or whatever, and I was watching a movie and I cried. Like, I had to put that on my story because everybody knows. Like, what's wrong with you? That's all. Somebody was like, "You good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know." I don't know what's going on, but yeah.
What is going on? What is going on?
Because I'm not a person that cries, but somebody said I do, and I just got teary-eyed. I was just like, oh my God, they really say I do to each other.
I definitely can relate to that, though. I gotta feel like more so, I never used to be emotional. Like, it used to be hard for me to, like, freaking cry. Like, I could be sad about the most saddest thing.
And wouldn't cry.
I wouldn't cry.
Exactly.
And it's just like, dang. And I have to tell people, like, I'm really sad. I can't.
I'm just not that type of person.
Yeah, it just won't come out. And, I think God, see, everything is about Him. But I feel like my first, I'll say that the first time I actually really feel like I felt emotion was when I went to a funeral, and I was okay. I was calm, I looked at the casket, I was cool, went through the whole entire service without crying. As soon as they started closing that casket, baby, when I
look.
I started
look, sniffles.
I started doing
my eyes started sweating a little bit.
Yes, like, I was just like, oh my God. And back to like what you were saying about like, oh no, he not dead. No, he alive. Like, as soon as that casket like freaking closed, I was like,
oh wow, like that's when it hit for you.
And it really did. Like, it shifted. Mind you, this is my middle school coach. Known him since I was like a little kid because my brothers played middle school basketball with him. So I've known him since I was like 5, and like, he taught me fundamentals. And as soon as he died, like, I couldn't even play basketball no more. So that's actually the reason why I don't play basketball anymore. It hurts, So I was just like, dang.
But I feel like when situations like that happen, I feel like they don't want you to stop. They don't want you to stop. They want you to keep going, and then they be like, "Let me just do this for him." Like, I feel like that's literally the only way, and then you find joy in it. Like, you find it like, oh my gosh, I remember when he taught me this or whatever, and you find joy and stuff like that. Like, that's the only thing I can really say about deaths, where it'd be like, wow, like, I remember when he did this, or I remember when I used to come and visit and he used to hug me or whatever.
Yeah, I definitely think I, yeah, I did try and do it, but then I felt like it was like, I'm trying hard, but then I think what really did it for me is like the shift from middle school to high school. People would be like, "Oh no, it's a breeze." But
it sucks, bro.
right. It sucked. And so from playing middle school sports and like actually loving it,
and I definitely feel you on that, because I was a heavy dancer and music player and stuff like that. Oh, when I got to high school, I was like, no, I'm not doing this no more.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's exactly how I was. I like going into high school, summer of high school, blah, 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 blah. I was like, yeah, I'm done doing sports. I'm not doing basketball. But my mom, she was like, oh, why would you do it? Do it. So I was like, I'm going to do it for my mom. And he was still alive at the time. And I think it was actually the day after our first game. No, he died like the first week of school. No, not the first week of school. Like the first season of basketball. And played our first game. I didn't even play, actually. But then we lost our first game. Coach was mad. And let me rewind. I think at the end of the day, I literally broke down crying because I had not cried the whole entire week. Like I said, I suck at showing emotions. So the end of the week, pops up, and I'm like, damn, like this dude is really dead. And I started breaking down in seventh period. I was like, what the? It was embarrassing, y'all. Oh my god, it was so embarrassing. And so go to I go to and then fast forward, I'm doing basketball, and he dies. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this for Coach K. And then, like I said, the shift from middle school sports to high school sports, it's a bigger competition. So it was more so like, oh, we're competing to, win, which is cool, but it's a higher stake. Like you having to juggle seven classes and be an academic, academic scholar. I don't know what it's called. Whatever. It's hard. So I was like, I can't do this no more. So I really cannot give you a full explanation about why I stopped playing basketball. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about dreams. But we was talking about...
We might as well just get into dreams and death. What's that song? Dreams and Nightmares?
Bye.
See my dreams come true. Some nightmares unfolded. Whatever.
Girl. Oh. Now I will say, this week has been, I did have those dreams, those recurring dreams, about my past or whatever. But yesterday, I had the worst sleep paralysis ever. Oh my god. Like, have you ever experienced a sleep paralysis?
Like where you just laying there, but you woke, but you can't move? Yeah.
Is it, like, you can experience it in that, or you can also experience it, like when you're asleep type me? It's kind of like, I looked it up, like, it's like, you're asleep, but you're trying to wake up, and you can't wake up, you can't move, like, you're just stuck.
Yeah.
Like, so, basically, I'm in this weird something, and is just, like, squirrels, y'all.
Squirrels?
It's squirrels, they're all around me going crazy, and I'm trying to, like, freaking wake up. I feel like I can't breathe. I'm trying to freaking wake up so I can wake myself up out of this dream. I cannot move. I could you not. I'm just stuck. And then I say, and then I break free. And sleep paralysis, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I don't...
Like Ice Age? What's that? What was he?
Maybe that was not no... Wait.
Yes, it was a squirrel.
Wait.
With the little...
That was a squirrel.
With the nut.
I thought you were talking about the one with the
Nah.
the
I'm talking about the one that be running around at the beginning of the scenes.
That was a squirrel. Yeah, it was a squirrel. I've had maybe about, like, 4 sleep paralysis, and they were awful. They were awful. And I think they really only happen when I'm super, super tired. So.
What the hell?
Yeah. Sleep paralysis, they're not fun, y'all.
I can imagine that.
Oh my god.
You know, when they be like, Christians be like, sleep paralysis, it mean the demon on you. It mean a demon on you.
Oh shit. You know what, I I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. Let me shut up.
Please.
Let me shut up.
Let me get to my next dream. Where I was gonna. Okay, the dream about the one with my aunt, right? My aunt came to visit, and I'm trying to give you like actual details so y'all get it. Like, get what I'm saying, right? My aunt came to visit, and her husband just had died. First of all, mind you, my aunt is not married. She's not in a relationship. She doesn't have no kids. Like, so, right? Mind you, I'm gonna give you this placement, right? It had to be like 5 or 6 years from now, because I was in my first year of teaching. Like, and the baby, like, they were married for like 4 years before the husband died, right? This is how I knew this. Okay. I don't know if I should keep talking on. Yeah. So I had to be like, in my first year of because I was in my first year of teaching. So, and I'm like, what? And I have one more year of high school, and then I have college. Oh no.
Tap in. Oh, you recording?
Yeah, I'm on my podcast right now.
Oh, shit.
He said tap in.
I can't. Oh my god. Are you still recording?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was my brother, y'all, King Keith.
Yeah, next. What else was I say? I had to be like, cause I'm still in my last year of high school. I mean, I still got one more year of high school left, so I had to be like, you know what I'm talking about, right? She comes to visit, and we're like celebrating, like, stuff like that, and then we're just trying to, cause we haven't seen her in like since the funeral, I guess. That's what I'm guessing, right? The baby, like, she has a 1-year-old baby, like, really young baby, right? Light-skinned baby. First of all, my aunt is dark-skinned, so the baby daddy had to be white. The husband had to be white. We was talking about this, like, we had a whole conversation. Like, I literally called her after I woke up, and I'm like, bruh, this is my dream. This is what happened, right? And we get into, like, a heavy argument, like, girl, like, it was an argument, like, a full-out argument. And she leaves, and I still have the baby, like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, I don't know why we got into this argument, but I guess she got overheated because her husband was dead. That sounds so bad, but that's what happened, right? And, I looked up what it meant. Hold on, let me open my phone. It's not opening. I looked up what this dream meant, and it was basically like, oh, hold on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. That was, I don't even know what that was, y'all. Oh, my God. That's my body telling me they ready to dream. Is she ready to dream now? Bye.
Okay, so basically, the baby meant, like, new beginnings, and the death of the husband means, like, I looked up, like, what it meant, like, if a death happened to a person that you don't know. Because I didn't know the husband. Like, right now, I don't know the husband. And if she do get married to a white man, hey, I said it, like, 5-6 years ago. I said it. Yeah. Yeah, but we was laughing and joking about it. And it was like, and I felt like it was like I was anxious for her because, yeah, and then we connected it because she's moving, like, into a place by herself.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, like, she's moving into a place by herself, so it basically, like, said some things like, oh, you're starting a new beginning, or you're anxious for them, or you're worried about your person. And I was like, I really didn't have anything to be worried about her for, but maybe it's like a subconscious thing, like, okay, like, maybe my subconscious know, and me right now don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Not the white husband.
That's what my aunt said. Like, she like, so I got a half white baby. I'm like, yes. Come on now.
I mean, but the way genes work, she could just have a light skinned child.
No, I'm like, that baby, no. Like, no.
It was more white than black.
Yes. Like, it was like pale. It wouldn't be like, oh, a light skinned baby, like, got melanin. Like, it was like a pale baby. It had like, you know how like the mixed children look, and they be having that super light brownish hair, like mulatto hair color. Like
my ex. I know, yeah, I know what you mean. My ex. Wait, yeah, my ex.
Okay, we're gonna stop talking about exes. That was last week.
I was just trying to.
Nah, that was the week before last.
I dated a white boy, y'all. Okay. He was half, but still.
Oh, and I got another dream that just happened today. Like today when I woke up, not just now when I woke up, but like earlier, like this morning when I woke up, right? I was outside of the grocery store. This baby is just sitting outside the grocery store. Mind you, I'm outside of the grocery store like hecka early, and I didn't look up what this meant either, and I'm probably not going to because I don't care. But I was outside of the grocery store like super duper early, and I'm on the phone with my grandma, and I'm like, cause I had something to do. So I was outside the grocery store as soon as the grocery store opened. Right, this baby on the outside of the grocery store, and and this lady, she like, who baby is this? Like, she yelling or whatever, and I'm like, girl, why are you yelling for? Right, go up to the baby. I'm like, this baby looks so familiar. Like, this baby looks so familiar. Go through my messages of the girl I think who baby this is, and I'm like, bruh, y'all don't tell me these. Mind you, there's like workers and like there's only 2 people in the parking lot. 2 people besides the people that work there. So it's me and this other black lady. And then it's the workers, like, trying to figure out who baby this was. I'm like, don't this baby look so familiar? Like, don't this baby look so familiar? And she like, yeah, this baby, like, that baby look identical. It's just a little bit darker. Because it was like a newborn baby versus the baby now. Right? Baby looks so much darker, right? Cool. I'm on the phone with my grandma. I'm like, grandma, like, bro, this baby is just, and this baby is freezing. Like, the baby ain't got nothing. It's just sitting in the car seat, short sleeve shirt.
Was it your baby?
No.
Oh.
It was, it became my baby. But it was like, he only had socks on, and he had, like, pants. Like, you know what babies wear. But it had no jacket, no blanket. It just had a bottle inside the thing, right? And I'm like, it's crazy because if this is her baby, like, it's crazy because, so I'm calling the mutual friend of the friend. Like, I'm calling the mutual friend of the friend that's who baby this is, right? And I'm like, don't this look like blah, 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 baby? And she like, yeah, that look like blah, 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 baby. So I'm like, wow. Why would she just leave it on the side like this? She like, where you at? Like, outside of the grocery store, right?
Like, where?
And it had to be there for hours or something because that baby was freezing, like, about to die.
What's the age? What age are we
It had to be, like, 3 months.
No, I'm talking about, like, you.
I was grown. I'm, like, grown. Like, living on my own grown. Like, after college grown. Right? So, I'm like, wow, like, where did, like, I'm like, why would she just leave this baby out here like this?
Right.
Like, this is, like, really just the baby just sitting here, right? Cooling, right? I'm like, it's breathing, but it's freezing. Like, it's, like, you know, babies, they don't have the same temperature like we do. Like, we could be outside and we could be in 60-degree weather and we be cool, but the baby be freezing, like, right? So I'm like, we need to figure out something because I know this baby is cold and hungry, right? Go in a car. I go in my car with the stranger lady that's looking for her mama too outside of the grocery store, and we sitting in my car, and I call my boyfriend. I'm like, okay, like this baby was sitting outside of the thing, and I'm like, don't this look like blah 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 baby? I know you see him more than I have, right? Because I only met the baby once before, right? He like, bro, that dude look like blah 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 baby, right? Mind you, I live like 10 minutes away, so I'm like, my boyfriend like, alright, I'm like 10 minutes away. I come to the store, right? Mind you, we ain't called the cops or nothing because we didn't want nothing to happen. Like, just send this baby off and we don't know what's gonna happen to it, right? I'm like, I don't know if, right, boyfriend finally come, right? I don't know if we going what we should do with this baby, like, right? The mutual friend of the friend that had the baby, they over here calling like the girl, not picking up, right? They end up going to the girl house, right? And they're like, this, like, where your baby at, right? Mind you, she got these 2 big bags full of baby stuff. And they asked her what the baby, mind you, I'm on the phone, like, they're like, where these babies, like, why you put all the baby clothes in there? She was like, oh, no reason, like, I'm just getting rid of the, like, why you getting rid of the baby? Cause, like, I think she had a mental break or something, I don't know,
That ain't no mental breakdown trying to, no.
She left the baby on, she was like, she told the girl, she was like, you can take all of this stuff, like, if you, like, you can take all the stuff and just give it away. She was like, oh, where the baby? Like, I want to see the baby. She like, he not here right now. He gone. Huh? And it's probably because I've been watching too much true crime. Where they be murdering. But I don't know what it is. But yeah, we finally call the cops. We tell the cops everything. The cops come to our house, and then the DIFS people, DCFS or whatever y'all like to call it, Department of Child Services, whatever.
DPS,
whatever.
DPS.
It's called DIFS in New Jersey. That's why I just said DIFS, right? It's called different things in different places, right? And the social worker, she comes to my house, and she telling me all this stuff, all this information, and she was like, you can sign the paper here. Sign the paper here. What you mean sign the paper? This ain't my baby, like, sign this paper. She was like, you're not gonna keep the baby?
No.
Girl, I'm not prepared for this, right? And my boyfriend was like, you wanna do this? And I'm like, this isn't our baby, like, she was like, well, apparently the mother is, like, having a mental break, so, like, this gonna be a temporary placement. You don't want this baby to go anywhere. Like, she was trying to guilt me into keeping the baby. She was like, you don't want this baby going to somewhere, like, that, of no one that you know, and you can't, like, ever see this baby again, da-da-da-da, right? And my boyfriend is just sitting there like, oh, you got a good, like, she got a good point. You might as well just sign the papers. We signed the papers, and the baby was ours.
First of all.
And then I woke up. And I was like, oh. Actually, my grandma interrupted my dream because she opened the door. And she was being super loud. But we're not going to get into
First of all, the baby don't even really, like, know you. Because you're a friend of the friend's friend. You're the friend.
But the thing is, like, I don't even know how to explain it because, like, I know the mother, but it's like I'm not the closest with her. Like, it was like, let's say we were in a group of friends, like, but I'm closer with this person than I am with her. You get what I'm saying? That's how it was. So, like, my boyfriend, he knew the baby more than I did.
Oh wow!
But I just cared enough to keep the baby.
He the baby daddy. Plot twist.
No.
Plot twist. But I think I'm out of dreams. What about you? Oh, also I want to recognize this real quick because this is the first podcast that we don't lose connection from each other.
Exactly, and the video ain't stopped. We made it to an hour, and the thing ain't stopped. Period. I thought it stopped one time, but it didn't.
Period. Hold on.
So proud.
Had to toot.
So
anyways, but yeah, I'm out of dreams. It is, baby. It's 10:21. Tomorrow is Monday.
Said tap in.
It's 10:21. We all got school on Friday. So poor.
Easter.
Oh, yeah, that. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the podcast. Y'all wish me luck on my date on Saturday, y'all. I'm gonna keep y'all updated on that on next episode. But yeah, make sure y'all leave a comment down below about any dreams that y'all had that think have some meaning towards it,
and we'll help you.
Right. We'll talk about it in the next podcast if you would like. I just want to see y'all, interact with us. Make sure y'all like this video, comment, and subscribe. Tell
Please do that.
your friends about us, tell your best friend about us, tell your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your situationship, your entanglement, your all about our podcast at Generation B Podcast
on Instagram and TikTok.
Period.
Oh, it's Generation B Pod on Instagram and TikTok. But it's Generation B Podcast on YouTube.
Yep, make sure y'all follow that and show us some love. We only going up from here.
Right.
Episode 4. And we'll see y'all in the next one. I'm your host, Imani Symone.
And I'm your host, Tashonna Rayelle.
And we're signing out. Bye.
Bye.